Good morning from China. I live in China, and I'm very frustrated because I can't get actively engaged in what's going on in America these days. In the last 2 days, two things have occurred, and one thing hasn't occurred that has me feeling like those tinfoil hat wearing conspiracists. I really am not one of those people. I am not. But I want to share this because I need to get it out. I'm pacing around my home here in China, and I just can't get it out to Americans, and I'm scared. So I'm going to share the two things that have happened. First, I think everyone knows that yesterday, at least on Chinese time, yesterday, there were many students who walked out of their classrooms to protest. I thought, what I heard anyways, they were protesting, they wanted to make school safer. But as I watched some of the coverage of these protests, what they were doing is they were protesting and chanting against the NRA. The NRA, constitutionally protected organization, peaceful organization, have done nothing. Its memberships have done nothing in terms of the murder we're seeing on the campus or in the streets of our country that no one talks about. Maybe those kids aren't white enough. But anyway, the NRA is a legally protected organization of peace-loving Americans who simply want to own guns. I don't own guns. I'm not a member of NRA. I haven't owned a gun for 45 years. I don't like guns. But that's not the point. They are legally protected as well as innocent of any wrongdoing. But we had high school students coming out of class yesterday condemning them. Now, I don't remember all of my math instruction in school, but I think there was something called the distributive property. I could be wrong on that. But basically it said if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. That's, I think, the distributive property. If we apply that to this, if kids are openly challenging and condemning and accusing the legally protected, constitutionally protected organization believing in free speech and gun ownership, then they are also condemning the Constitution. They are also screaming about the Constitution. So as I see it yesterday, we had high school students coming out of class openly condemning the Constitution of the United States of America. In our country, in my country, we have kids being let out by adults telling us how the Constitution of the United States is screwed up. Anyway, the second incident is not as common, but maybe some of you have heard about it. This happened, or at least I read about it the last couple of days. I can't remember when it happened. In one of our universities, I can't remember the name, a student stood up, or maybe didn't stand up, did say in class to a teacher that according to biology, there are two genders. There's male and female. Scientifically, that is absolutely correct. You cannot change that. That is a correct scientific statement. Here's what happened at a public university. Here's what an instructor in a public university classroom did to this gentleman who simply said, here's a piece of science. She kicked him out of class. And she said, you can come back on 3 conditions. First, you write me an apology for telling me science. Second, you stand in front of the classroom and apologize to them for telling us science. Third, you remain standing silently as the class can comment on how they felt about you telling them science. This is re-education camp crap, folks. This happened in a United States classroom, at a university. This is happening. So those are the two events that happened. Here's the event that did not happen, or partly did happen. Where is our media that believes in America? And where are our politicians that believe in America? We had media. The only coverage I saw, which was very limited, I see things through the view of the internet. And the only coverage I saw was how moved the media was. This honest, in terms of the protests yesterday, how moved they were, how these students' honest and caring and emotional appeal was a powerful statement. The media in our country, in the United States of America, the one particular industry that should be most protective of free speech, was in awe of people condemning the Constitution of the United States of America. They were impressed with the emotion and the heartfelt passion of these kids condemning the Constitution of the United States of America. That is our public press. That is our media, the watchdog, the group that was identified by many, many writers of the Constitution as the watchdog of the people. They were in awe of people condemning our Constitution and right to free speech. Moreover, we have politicians in our federal, and I saw just the federal government politicians. I'm sure it happened at state levels. Politicians elected in this country who stand in front of someone and swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. They were supporting the condemnation of the Constitution of the United States of America. It scares the hell out of me. And I find myself feeling like one of those tinfoil hat wearing folks. This should scare the hell out of everybody. Free speech is under attack. Free speech. This is not about guns. This is not about murder. This is not about dead bodies. This is not about political. This is about free speech. Read the Constitution. Read what it says about the right to free speech. It's very, very simple. We all have that right. And when public schools push an agenda, and they are pushing the agenda, because what I did see in Facebook, a couple of different videos, but one was about a young man, and I don't know the name, at high school. He joined the protest, but he had a sign that said, "Guns don't kill people. People kill people." The principal kicked him off the event, out of the protest, sent him back to class or maybe the other re-education center. If it was free speech, he has every right to be there. But if it was about protest, the principal would have done nothing. It was not about protesting or wanting school safety. It was about attacking the NRA and the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. It was attacking the Constitution. This young man did not attack the Constitution. He was kicked off. This was an agenda. This was a clear agenda. We should be scared to death. And because I don't sense anyone feeling that, and maybe there are people who feel, I'm sorry. I'm so frustrated. Like I said, I live in China. I can't get actively engaged. I encourage you, everyone, get back into school boards. Look what's happening to our curriculum. Look how we are teaching our high school kids to scream and praise and cheer and jump and have, oh, how great we are. We hate our Constitution. And the media is going, oh, these great kids, they hate our Constitution. They're so wonderful. And politicians going, oh, I love these kids who hate our Constitution. This is wonderful. And then a guy who's in a classroom reciting science, and he is condemned. Thank God we don't have fires in our classroom, because this guy would have been burned at the stake. I feel better. Thank you for listening.